Okay guys, it is ready, the Hyper Light Drifter sample pack right here. Huge thanks to Haitala for ripping the game files for me, and I organized them in this folder. First up, I separated them between music and ambience and the sound effects and Shack Jack.
Shack Jack.
I love Shack Jack. And each of these folders are split up into the common section, north, east, southwest, central town, abyss, and unknown. Let's start with the sound effects. So here we got a couple more because I have the unknown, the common, and uncommon. And the drifter folder, and there's also the alt drifter folder. So yeah, what's really cool about these, you can use these for music production. There are a lot of cool sounds here, like for example, this one sounds like a dubstep growl one shot. You know, you can take a bunch of these, see what they sound like as wavetables in Vital or Serum, put them in a Vocodex and make color base out of this. These are maybe some, the unknown folder I think is full of old sounds. There's a tritone here for whatever reason. But yeah, like you can go to the southern enemies, and in these sections they're split up into bosses, enemies, environment, and NPCs. Not really much in the environment sections, but you have the NPC interaction sound quips, the enemies. The slime enemy, we have the southern area has the only folder with bosses and the multiple bosses over here. So we have the bow and arrow guy. The scythe guy is really cool. That's a really cool sound. Yeah, so and in the music and ambience section, each of these folders are split up between music and ambience. Like the ambience is just this, and the music is, well, the music. And the cool thing about having the music files is that, for example, if you listen to the OST on YouTube, it's already pre-mixed. But if you have access to the game files, the music is chopped up into stem files. So stem files is basically music chopped up into different sections to allow for smooth transition in between areas. Like for example here, it's chill, and then slowly these elements slowly get added in, but they're separate. So there is more room for creativity and remixes and stuff. Especially this part. So usually all of these would be playing at once right now, but we have access to the stem files. I also have them here, but unorganized. If you have Hyper Light Drifter downloaded on your PC right now, you can just go into the game files and copy this, because the music and ambient files, they're easily accessible. They're just as OGG and WAV files in the game files, like right there. And this is the noise that plays when you're near hyperlight, like the pink substance in the game. And there are a lot of cool sounds like this. The market. So here's an example of me using Hyper Light Drifter stem files. This is in an unreleased track. notice, hard pan to the left are stem files of the birds chanting during the bird boss fight, and to the right is hard pan to the right is some machinery from Hyperlight Drifter, like one of these. And here in the beginning, I don't remember where this is from, but yeah, this one. Over here, I also used Hyperlight Drifter stem files. The background buzzing, I slowly turned the dry wet knob on a wave shaper. Especially the stereo properties get like spread, just destroyed everywhere. And here. If you notice the sounds in that sound in the background, that screeching is also from Hyperlight Drifter. And here for the break, I just used the Central Town theme. And this is also something a cool thing you can do with the stem files, which is remix the OST, but in a much cooler way. Like you have all of the samples individually chopped up, so you can just combine them however you want. I have a Kabel Salat breakdown. I think that's my first YouTube video on my channel, where I also showcase how I use these Hyperlight Drifter sound effects. So first off, in the beginning, these are the sounds that I recorded myself, like in Audacity, and then chopped them up. Like if you notice here, there's a lot of background ambience still going on. But here these are the sound effects straight up from the game files. So in the description there will be a Google Drive document with the Hyperlight Drifter sample pack. And what I also want to tell you is that Heart Machine may plan on releasing like the stem files for Solar Ash, because I asked them, and they said that they were probably gonna do it after they release the full OST. And what's even more interesting about the Solar Ash stem files is that basically they don't have stem files. I watched that interview with Alex Preston and the main composer of Solar Ash, and they use this phrase system, which it's music but chopped up into even smaller segments that could lead to even more creative possibilities. Like right now with the regular stem files, it's like basically a splice sample pack with like ambient loops and bass loops and weird sound effects and all that. But in Solar Ash, they're so chopped up, like the only way I can explain it is there's a performance mode going on inside of the game, and there is an AI DJ constantly watching over Ray and playing the appropriate clips at the appropriate times, like whether you're chilling on the edge of a really large cliff or in combat. Like there are all of these different phrases. You can go check that interview out for yourself. I'll leave it in the description. And definitely make sure to let the guys over at Heart Machine know that you would like to see basically a Solar Ash sample pack with like all of the loops and the phrases and the stem files, the chopped up music. These guys are really interactive with the community, and they're really nice people. So yeah, thank you, and I will see you in the next video.